Hi everybody, hope that you're having a wonderful day. Today I want to discuss a serious topic of elder abuse. On this our last week's radio show, we interviewed Dr. Glennis Walker, who is a famous author. She's written 8 books. She's been on Oprah, she's been on Good Morning America, The Today Show, and many publications throughout throughout the United States, and we were fortunate enough to be able to interview her this past week. And her most recent book is Stealing Joy, which is her personal story about how her mother was subject to elder abuse. Really, she found some friends that were trying to steal all her money and excluded her daughter Glennis from her life. And she wrote this book to really to educate the public about how you can avoid this, what you can do to make sure it doesn't either maybe happen to yourself or your parents or grandparents, whatever the case may be. And she gave some very specific advice in the interview. So make sure you click on that too. It's a part of the weekly report, and you can listen to the actual interview that we did. It's about 20 minutes long, so if you have time, it's important to hear. The first is make sure that your assets are titled in the right way. Whether if you mother, let's say, is a widow, then potentially thinking about making assets titled joint trust with rights of survivorship, or making sure that they pass transfer on death instead of transferring according to the will, or potentially, it depends on the state, putting the assets in a trust makes it easier so that if something does happen, it's less subject to to abuse, to fraud, because they're wrapped up in these legal documents. The second would be, is almost most important, no new best friends. So don't, be very wary of somebody who just comes into your life who's trying to, or an elder's life, trying to just all of a sudden do good. That's something that just to be skeptical of. Of course, not in every situation, but there's typically an ulterior motive, and make sure that the senior is aware of that, and just you as the caretaker for the senior being aware of who is that new best friend. Have your close trusted advisors, and it's not certainly, don't exclude everyone, but just be wary of that. Second, working with anyone, make sure that they are a fiduciary, that they are under legal obligation to take care of your interest above their own under all circumstances. So if there are 2 things out there, and one is fine, and the other one is really actually what's better for you, but the one that's fine that pays the person more, they have to use the one that's better for you. If they don't, they are under they're breaking the law. So as someone who acts as a fiduciary, that's something that Bear Wealth Management does. That should be very important to you, the client, to you, the caretaker of the senior. And last, and certainly not least, is make sure that you have a will in place. All of this happened with Dr. Walker because originally her father didn't have a will. They had to bring in some attorney, and this attorney is ultimately the person who ended up trying to fraud her mother. So having this in place from the get-go is very important. Make sure it's updated. Make sure that the people are aware, trusted advisors are aware of where it is, have a copy in their hands, so that if anything happens, as far as somebody trying to change the will, change the executor, whatever it may be, they're made aware of that. So those are some tidbits, some things that you can do to help avoid this happening to you, your loved ones, yourself, your grandparents, whoever it may be. If you have any questions, go to our website, bearwealth.com. You're always free to call us as well. Have a wonderful day.